Legend has it that in one psychiatric hospital she was treated a 16-year-old girl named Carla. Carla was an intelligent, sociable, beautiful girl, and no one could explain what led to her being in a mental hospital. The only thing that was wrong with her was that the girl was constantly silent. Her parents swore that the girl was always obedient, and she had no problems until her twin sister, Natalia, died. Natalia's dead body was found floating in the river, not far from home, on July 17th. No one could explain what she was doing there, or how she drowned. It was all very strange and suspicious. After a long investigation, the police eventually came to the conclusion that it was an accident, but everyone who lived in the city continued to doubt it. The fact is that Natalia's body turned out to be tied with a rope. Everyone was wondering, did the girl tie herself up and drown herself, or did someone help her in this? After the death of her sister, Carla began to behave very strangely. Carla's parents would wake up and not find her in bed. They always found her on the riverbank with a rope in her hands. She came to the river exactly at the time when her sister's body was found, 12:43. Fearing that their daughter, who had stopped talking, wanted to harm herself, her parents placed her in a psychiatric hospital. They thought they were doing it for her good. Carla spent 10 months in the hospital, and the doctors said she could be discharged. Her parents could have taken her home, but refused to do so because, as they claimed, the anniversary of Natalia's death was approaching, and they were afraid that Carla might commit suicide. So Carla remained in a psychiatric hospital indefinitely. On July 17th, Carla's parents visited her in the hospital. They were watching her through a small window in the metal door of her room. Suddenly, Carla started going crazy. She was running around the room and hitting the walls. The doctors rushed into the room and knocked her to the floor. She kept shouting, "Carla! Let go! No! Carla! Please!" Finally, the doctors were forced to inject the poor girl with sedatives. Her terrified parents saw their daughter slowly sinking into sleep. It looked like she was possessed, Carla's mother said. After a short conversation, Carla's parents decided to turn to the priest. The local priest came to them a few hours later. His parents told him everything that had happened: how Carla's twin sister drowned under mysterious circumstances, how Carla stopped talking immediately after Natalia's death, and how she was going crazy in the ward. The priest examined Carla, and then invited Carla's parents into the next room to talk to them. "You were right," said the priest. "Your daughter Carla is really obsessed. And the evil spirit that has settled in her is none other than her sister Natalia. I suspect that she settled in Karl right after she died. Natalia has been trying to kill her ever since." Carla's parents were in shock. They started crying. "Just a minute," said the priest. "What day is it today?" He grabbed the newspaper. It had the date July 17th on it. It was the anniversary of Natalia's death. "What time is it now?" the priest shouted. He grabbed the watch. It was 12:42. There was a minute left before the time when Natalia's dead body was discovered. "We only have 1 minute left to save your daughter's life," he shouted. The priest and the parents ran down the corridor and ran into Carla's room. The door was open, the ward was empty. "Where's Carla?" the priest shouted. "She's taking a bath," said a doctor who happened to be passing by. The priest and the parents ran into the bathroom. They burst in there, almost tearing the door off its hinges. But it was too late. Carla was hanging over the bathroom. The rope was wrapped around her neck and tied to the ledge. Her eyes were bulging, and her face had turned purple, and her head was twisted at a strange angle. There were small wet footprints on the bathroom floor. On the wall was written in blood, "You killed me, and now you will die with me." It is said that Carla's parents never recovered from the loss of their 2 daughters. Even now, 10 years later, every night before going to bed, parents stop next to their daughter's empty bedroom to say, "Good night, Carla. Good night, Natalia." And every evening, at 12:43, Two ghostly girls walk by the river, holding hands.